What's up, Ignite fans? I'm here with my immediate recap and reactions for day 2 of Marvel Rivals Ignite series. This is the final week. Starting off games today, we have Yeah We Lost TSM, Team Liquid Citadel versus Stick Drift, 100 Thieves versus Swamp Gaming, and FlyQuest versus Nightmare. TSM versus Yeah We Lost. This was a little closer than I was expecting. It was not the result I was expecting. Map 1 on Baron T'Challa. This went to Yeah We Lost. This was really just, it felt like the Luca show, I'm going to be honest. Luca and Jitward they had so much control of the back line. TSM could not do anything. It was just generally a great performance here on both maps. Quick 2-0, Jitward MVP. This was a pretty dominant showing. TSM could not get anything going. you know, just first dead constantly, picked instantly over and over and over again. This triple support stuff was really working out. Moving on to map 2, Museum of Contemplation. This is probably TSM's best map. This is where they upset Space Station, just the other day. So we have, Yeah We Lost banning out Penny Parker, which is pretty funny if you think about it. But, you know, starting off, we have, Yeah We Lost on defense. They were able to stuff it just at the end of the first point. I mean, this was a pretty good performance out of Jitward, out of Kendrick. I mean, mostly Kendrick. I don't know why I said Jitward. Jitward was terrible. But Kendrick did pretty great the entire defense half here, and Luca and Zatex were putting in work. This was a great showing. And then, of course, TSM had the Fuller hold, which, I mean, at this point, it's no surprise on this map. TSM, off the back of their hit scans alone, like, they're definitely having issues with their roles when it comes to Unknown and Gilbert Noodle constantly flip-flopping between support and tank. But, I mean, Bedtime Story and Cal can just put Bell to ass. So that's a TSM win on Museum of Contemplation, going 1-1. This was a great performance out of TSM here. The hit scans just put fucking work down. Look at this by Bedtime Story, 48-10 with 18 finals. Unknown on Groot was really surprising. I mean, he's been able to very seamlessly transfer roles here. That doesn't exactly continue. The bans here looked silly. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what we're fucking doing. Like, it's not that they look silly. Just how are we losing with our bans? You know, did not play. All right, we start off with, Yeah We Lost. They're able to full cap off the back of just Zatex walking everybody down. Jitward and Mask were both playing really well. And, I mean, it's just a great backline with White Fox and Jeff able to kind of just, like, run things for free. And then, they hold TSM pretty early here. TSM, it felt like they were constantly... It's Gilbert and Unknown. Couldn't get things going on this map. It was sort of a poor result for them. Xantho MVP. This is a 2-1 for Yeah We Lost. I mean, jeez, I didn't even see that. I had no idea this was fucking Cal and his fucking 5 buddies. 19 final hits for Cal. That is crazy. But, I mean, my immediate takeaway from this game is that they need to nerf this fucking Black Cat character. She is so ridiculously easy, and you can't do anything to her. She has dashes, her claws do so much, she has invis, the fact that Pounce gives you invulnerability and CC immune and damage, and it's a 20-meter Pounce. How does that make any sense? And it's easy to hit. This fucking character down here, this fucking stupid Black Cat character, needs to get gutted. 2-1, Yeah We Lost. Moving on to Team Liquid Citadel versus Stick Drift. This was really surprising. Map 1, this went to Team Liquid Citadel in 2-0 fashion. I mean, it's not exactly a surprise. What was surprising was how close it was. We had fights going both ways constantly, and it was I was expecting another stomp. Stick Drift, they to an extent struggled against TSM when they first played them on the first day, but I mean, they're able to take a map on the Domination versus Team Liquid off the back of like they were playing this triple support comp with Redis and Captain America were able to just like run things with Black Cat, and it's just like not fair. I don't know. I think this Black Cat character they need to do something about him, But and then we had we had Polly on Penny Parker on the last map or the last round, which I think was just it was not expected. I'm going to be honest. It's great to see that they have the potential to do this kind of stuff. That Team Liquid Citadel has the penny in their back pocket. I just think it's fucking silly that that's the point that we're at in the meta. We have NRG Thanos, Redis Thanos, Tone. Look at this. Tone has had 13 final blows on Captain America against Polly. That's a fucking great performance there. Map 2. This was another like neck and neck close game. Stick Drift almost full capped. They were stuffed here at the end pretty for a pretty long time. I think it was like 3 minutes. It felt like where they just could not get anything going. Where Stick Drift could not get anything going, and then they were able to get the fuller push. Team Liquid off of the back of just like great performance. We had Polly on Dino, and we had Groot. We have Ezra playing Groot. We had the whole Moon Knight stuff. All of that was really great. Energy MVP on Moon Knight. And that's both maps going to Team Liquid Citadel. Just look at this. NRG, 32-5, 17 finals. Redis, they saved this Black Cat, but they didn't really play it here. It just wasn't really a viable pick into their comp, I suppose. So 2-0, Team Liquid Citadel. iRemix is smoking crack. That's all I'm going to say. If you look at their bans, they protect the Daredevil. They get the Daredevil advantage. And, we're playing fucking Adam Warlock White Fox. Look at this backline up here. Look at what we're playing. You've got to be fucking joking, right? I don't get how at any point something like that gets approved. There's no way that they're playing scrims and they're just like, yeah, dude, fucking Adam Warlock White Fox. It's just not possible that they thought that was a good idea, So domination on Burn T'Challa. This was a pretty quick 2-0. It felt like. The entire moral of the story is fucking Delana could not carry them. Vinny was dying. TTK was dying. Fucking Delana wasn't 1v6. Self wasn't there, Symbiotic Surface. This was much, much, much more competitive. 100 Thieves was able to full cap off of this time they went through and they protected the Rocket Star Lord, and they banned out Daze almost his entire hero pool. He was stuck on Wolverine here. They banned out his Daredevil. They banned out his Black Cat. So we saw Daze really struggle on defense playing Wolverine. Like, he died a lot. He was struggling. He was constantly dead first. But moving over to offense, they just fucking walked 100 Thieves down. Just look at this. Daze absolutely went crazy. The entire Swamp Gaming team, they just like walked him down. We had fucking Vinny with 14 deaths. He was 17-14 at the end of their fucking regulation match. It was terrible. Also this entire time we had fucking Delana. His ults on Phoenix were getting broken constantly. He would ult too high up in the air. He was just struggling to get ults off. He barely got any ult value. TTK is getting grabbed while he's playing Emma. It was a bit of a struggle. It felt like this was just fucking. When you're watching this and you just see Vinny die first every 2 seconds, it's hard not to blame anyone but him. It's just a fucking terrible experience to watch. This was a 4-3 overtime battle, going 2-0 to Swamp Gaming. I was really excited. We were thinking, holy shit, 100 Thieves, they full capped. They're going to be able to bring us to a map 3. It's going to be super exciting. But we've got this fat fucking pig, Vinny, 22-16. What are we fucking talking about? 22-16. He took less damage than Scatter did, and he has fucking twice his deaths. This guy's horrid. I maybe it's a fucking backline thing. I don't know. I mean, they didn't have the Loki. That's definitely true, but it just looked fucking bad. Swamp 2-0 to 100 Thieves. I mean, taken away from it. Symbiotic Surface, that was a really close game. But, they rolled out Buren T'Challa, Adam Warlock White Fox. That has to be iRemix just smoking the ganja. There's no other reasonable explanation for that. And moving on, we've got Nightmare versus FlyQuest. Map 1, we're seeing a lot of Buren T'Challa. It was a lot of Clintar domination. It was a lot of Hell's Heaven. And today we saw a few games of Buren T'Challa, which is kind of surprising. Nightmare couldn't get anything going on this map whatsoever. It felt like, Mace falling over constantly. The backline. I mean, we were playing fucking Jeff and Heelpool constantly. And we're playing Jeff Heelpool with a Dino. How do we think that's going to work? Somebody fucking explain that to me. Like, please. How can we fucking... We're playing fucking Jeff Heelpool. How is that going to keep a dinosaur alive? Somebody explain that to me. Look at this fucking Mace Pig. 35,000 damage taken. What are we doing here? The backline, constantly dead because Black Cat is a brain-dead, overpowered hero. We've got Cart Lover walking us down on Hulk. And we're playing fucking Jeff Heelpool. It doesn't work. Swap. Get off. It's terrible. I mean, this backline has got to go. And Mace. Moving on to Spider Islands. We got fucking shat on, but I'm just gonna, let you guys watch Light for 2 minutes. He was able to kill some things, which was great to watch. I think the team fucking sucks. There's some good players in it. I think that SJW has a lot of potential. Impunity, we've seen good glimpses of him. Like day one, he was playing Capped pretty well. He's been great on Groot. But, I mean, we're just struggling. We really got fucking shat on when these two fucking teams, Sentinels and Team Liquid, just, steal some of our best players. We lose Dinks and we lose fucking Vision. And they go sit on the bench. That's what we get. Let's just have these two people sit on the bench. We don't get a fucking good replacement. Look at our fucking back. Payne and Fidel. Horrid. I'm telling you, if you put, some bum Kingsman playing Magic against them, they will fall over to a single Magic dive. I well and truly believe that. Mace is horrible. He's not good at that. And I don't understand how that's possible. You need to stop taking damage. I mean, he literally just sits in front of the entire enemy team, showing his face to a Moon Knight. At least turn around, That's the least you could do. Learn how to turn around so that they don't shoot you in the head constantly. No, I mean, this was a great performance out of Light. We almost full-held it. Well, we didn't almost full-held it. We were a minute off. But, it was not a terrible performance. You can see glimpses of Nightmare success. I think that we have a really good chance of making it back to MRC. To MRI. It's just fucking... Sometimes it's depressing to watch this team. Today, this wasn't the worst day of watching as a Nightmare fan. Mostly because we got to actually see Light perform really well. But, it's just watching the fucking... Anytime I watch this team, I just get pissed off at this Mace guy. But, look at this. Light, 16-6, 12 final blows. It's incredible that we've got fucking so many terrible players on our team, though. I don't know what we could have done better in the offseason, if it was even possible to pick up better supports than Payne and Fidel. Maybe they're not fucking bad, and maybe that... I have no idea. It feels like the backline and Mace are fucking getting paid to throw. That's what it feels like. I don't know. 2-0 FlyQuest. These are the games for tomorrow. These are my picks. I think we're going to have TSM, Space Station, and Sentinels with the wins. I mean, obviously, I think TSM is going to absolutely whoop on Equinox. I don't think that's up for contention. But Space Station, and yeah, we lost. That's up in the air, and the same thing goes with Energy Shock versus Sentinels. Both of those games, I think, are almost 50-50 games. But yeah, that's it. This is my memorial for ntmr this season. They unfortunately exit without winning a single map, but they will rise like a phoenix next season. They'll be back. And thank you guys for watching.